Hello guys, so today I'm going to be showing you how to set up your very own online banking website. Okay, so this banking website allows the admin to have total control over a user's account. So the admin can actually control the different codes that the user is going to use when making transfers. The admin can actually suspend a user's account. The admin can stop a user from making transfer, and the admin also can edit the details of his site straight from his admin dashboard. Okay, so it's very advanced and it's very easy to install and use. So I'm going to first of all show you the installation process, and then we'll go straight into how the dashboard works. So let's go. So now I already have my cPanel. So if you have not gotten your cPanel, you can get your cPanel, your domain name and your cPanel from Copies Web. Okay, Copies Web has a good server, so you can use them for your domain and hosting services. So you get your domain name and your hosting, and then you come to your cPanel. Once you've logged into your cPanel, the first tab you are going to open is your file manager. Okay, so we're going to go straight to file manager. Another tab we're going to open is MySQL database wizard. Okay, we're going to create a database also. Now another tab we're going to open is PHP my admin. Yes, and the last tab is email accounts. Perfect. So first of all, we're going to upload the file, the software we're going to be using. Okay, so I'm going to make this software available for you. I'm going to let you know how you can get access to the software at the end of this video, so just stay tuned. So I'm a file manager. I'm going to go to my public_html. okay, and I'm going to upload the file right here. So this is what we're going to do now. I'm going to go to upload. I'm going to select file, and I'm going to select the zipped file that I want to upload. Okay, so when you're uploading, you have to ensure that this turns to green before you leave this page. Okay, make sure this turns to green. Even if it's at 100% and it does not turn to green, please do not cancel do not click on cancel or leave this page. Okay, so while this is uploading, we're going to go to our email account and we're going to create some emails. So I'm going to call this info, and I'm going to put in my password. Okay, I'm done with this. Now the next thing we're going to do is create our database. Okay, we are going to create our database. So I'm just going to call this DB. You can call it any unique name you want, but I'm going to use DB. And I'm going to call this root. Then I'm going to use a password. I'm going to put in my password right here, and I'm going to click on create user. Okay, perfect. Now I'm going to open my notepad because I need to store these informations for later. Username and date, I'm going to keep it for when we're going to use it. And I'm going to scroll down and click on make changes. Nice. So we're done with this. Now let's see, this is still uploading. So let's go to our PHP my admin. Now this is what we're going to do. Let's refresh so we can see the database we just created. I'm going to click on the database and click on import. Now we're going to import the database that we want to use. Okay, I'm going to open this, and this is the database right here. Perfect. So that also is uploading. Now let's see our progress so far. Okay, 45%. Okay, so it's done uploading. Okay, so I'm going to extract the file now. Click on extract files. I'm going to wait for it to extract. Perfect. So click on close, and this is it. Now there's one more thing you need to do. I need to go to settings right here, and then click on show hidden file and disable character encoding, and you click on save. Perfect. Now you go to this starway folder, because this is where it has extracted into. Now we don't want it inside the folder, we want it straight on the public_html. Okay, so I'm going to select all, and I'm going to click on move, and I'm going to move it to the public_html right here. Click on move files. Perfect. Now up one level, you will see that all the files have come up here. Perfect. So we are ready to start configuring our site now. Okay, so I'm going to delete this, it's not necessary. Perfect. So the last step we're taking is configuring the site to suit the database that we just created. Okay, so now we're going to go to this folder, my account, then we're going to go to scripts right here and scroll down till you see connect.php right here. Now I'm going to click on edit. Perfect. Now so this is where we're going to put those details that we saved earlier. So I'm going to take my password and I'm going to put it right here. I'm going to take my database username and I'm going to put it right here. Make sure you do not touch these apostrophes. Make sure you do not touch anything apart from what you are seeing me do here. Okay, now I'm going to change this to DB. This is exactly what I did right here, so it's the same. So I'm going to click on save changes and we are done. That is all we need for configuration. Like I said, it's very easy to install and it is actually very easy to use. Now let's go to the site and see. Wonderful. So you see how the site appears. Now this is how the site works. Before somebody can actually access the front page, you have to actually put in a code, like a recapture code and all that. You get, so it actually makes it look very authentic and very, very nice. But mind you, from the admin, you can actually turn this off if you don't want this to show for persons also. Okay, so I'm just going to put this in. Let's see. Click on verify code. Perfect. Now you see, this is our bank, beautifully made, beautifully designed. You don't even need to stress yourself with the write-ups and all that. Everything has been done already for you. Okay, so I'm going to show you the admin parts right away. Now we're going to log into our admin, but before we do that, let's get the admin password right from our database. So we're going to come here, we're going to come to users. Okay, so this is the admin email and this is the password. Okay, so we're just going to use this to log in now. admin@mail.com. Perfect. Now this is the admin dashboard. Okay, this is the admin dashboard. Now I'm going to show you how you can quickly configure this to suit what you want. Okay, now you can see the admin has several options to use. Now you have transactions. The admin can actually see all the transactions in one place. Okay, the admin can see all transactions in one place. They can delete a transaction and they can also edit a transaction. So let's edit this international transaction. Okay, this is a transaction that has already been performed. Okay, but I can still edit it to show whatever I want, and when I edit it, it updates on the user's transaction history. Okay, so I can also do that here. Okay, you can also see check deposit, so the admin can actually see all the deposits that different users have done via check. Okay, so when the user is depositing a check, all they have to do is upload the picture of the check they are trying to deposit. Okay, so the admin can also fund a user's account. Okay, the admin can also fund a user's account. Now we have just one user, so let's fund this user's account and see. Let's fund it with $1,000. Let's see, international transfer purpose. Let's say food. Frequency. Do you want to be funded like over and over and over again, or do you want it once? Now I want it just once. Do you want the user to receive an email notification? No, I do not want the user to receive an email notification. I'm going to click on continue and that is all. Okay, the user's account has been funded. Now I can confirm the transaction or I can still edit what I just did. Okay, so now let's confirm it. Let's confirm the transaction. Perfect. Now you see this is the user's account. Okay, so that is that. Now let's go to send mail As an admin, I can send a mail to any of my users. Okay, now the only user I have here is user@mail.com, so I can actually send a message to this user and it's going to show up on the user's email. Okay, now let's go to the next one. Now cryptocurrency, the admin can actually add different cryptocurrency, add different wallets address that the users can actually make payments via. You have approved deposits, you have pending deposits, you have rejected deposits and withdrawal requests. Okay, so everything that the user does, it shows up at the admin side. So the admin can either approve deposit, the admin can see the pending deposits that are there, the admin can see the deposits that he has rejected, and also the withdrawal requests that the users have made. Now you also have virtual cards. So when a user tries to create a virtual card or apply for a virtual card, is going to show up here, and then the admin can actually approve of it or decline the application. Now we're going to go to KYC application, KYC management. Now you see the the admin can request for the user to submit some documents to prove their identity, and when they do, it's going to show up here, and then the admin can actually accept the KYC document submitted or reject it. Now let's rush down. Now we have loan, credits and financing. Okay, so the users can actually apply for loan. Now you can see we have 0 loan requests currently. We have 0 loan requests. So when a user applies for a loan, it's going to show up here, and then the admin can actually approve of it or decline it. Okay, so now let's go to manage authentication code name. Now for code configuration, now you see when a user is trying to make a transfer, it's going to get to a point where it's asked for different codes. Now put in your IMF code, put in your COC code, your VAS code, your BOS code, and so on. Okay, now the admin can actually determine what he wants those codes to be called. Okay, so I'm going to call this code KIM, and you see it's also arranged in the certain order, so you can actually rearrange it if you want. Now if you want COT first, you can put COT up here. If you want VAT first, you can put VAT up here. So you can actually rearrange this order, and all you have to do is click on update. Okay, now we're going to go to the next one. We're going to go to support tickets. Now this support ticket allows the user to actually send a message to the management. Okay, so now we have general settings. Now under general settings, this is where I'm going to set up how my site is going to function. Okay, now you see I have my URL, so I'm going to put my site URL right there. So let me just copy this. I'm going to place this right here. Perfect. Now what is my site name? I'm going to call my site name Invest. Okay, now if I change this here, this is how it's going to appear everywhere on the site. Okay, this is how it's going to appear everywhere on the site. So now let's go. Now do you have a short name for your bank? I would say yes. Let's call it GFI Bank. Okay, so what is my email address? So this is my email address that I'll be using. Now you can also choose whatever currency you want your bank to be based in. Okay, so I'm going to leave mine in USD. You can put whatever phone number you want to appear on the site. Now also your base country. Now this allows the admin to actually select whatever country he wants his website to be based in. Like for you to say my company, my bank is based in America, my bank is based in Mexico, my bank is based in Moldova, wherever you actually want your bank to be, you can just select the country right here. So let me select United Kingdom. So now you can also enable and disable bot blockers now. Okay, so what this bot blocker actually does, it stops people from using bots to access your site and scroll through your site searching for informations and all that. Okay, so now that's the reason why when we try to log in when we try to open the site for the first time, it showed you a place where you have to put in a number before you could actually proceed. Okay, now like I said, you can actually turn it off if you don't want your users to see that, or you can leave it on. So I'm going to leave it on. Now this the dashboard scene mode, do you want it to be light mode or do you want it to be dark mode? Okay, Now, but this is for the admin, not for the users. Now, in the user side, they can actually turn on light mode or dark mode. Now, this light mode or dark mode here is actually for the admin dashboard. Okay, all you have to do is read the inscription behind underneath each instructions, and then you will see how it functions, so you know what to turn off and what to leave on. Okay, now site address, you can put in your site address. Now I'm going to edit this to my bank name also. I'm going to edit this to my bank name also. Okay, now perfect. Now, do I want to enable or disable cryptocurrency? Do I want people to be able to make payment through cryptocurrency? If I don't want it to show in the user side, all I have to do is just disable it. But if I want it, I'll leave it on. I'm going to leave it on. Now, do I want to enable or disable IMF and COT code? Now, you have IMF, COT code, and also you have VAT code. Okay, you have VAT, you have BOT, you have BVT. Okay, now these are two different sets of codes. Now, if you want your COT and your IMF code to work, you have to disable your VAT code. Okay, but if you want your VAT code to work, you have to disable your IMF code. Okay, so both do not work together. Okay, now you can see here I actually disabled IMF and COT code. Okay, now what I left on was VAT. I enabled VAT code. Okay, perfect. So now my VAT code, so when a user is trying to make a transaction, what they are going to see is impute your VAT code. Okay, now also you can also you know, when they ask for a message, when they ask for the COT code or your IMF code or whatever, there's actually a message that pops up. Okay, so you can actually edit this message to suit whatever you want the user to see. Okay, you can actually do that. You can specify the number of times the user can try to put in the IMF code or COT code, and then maybe they are putting in the wrong one and it fails multiple times. After the 10th time, so the account will be temporarily suspended if the user exceeds the amount, the attempt limits that you actually set for the code. Okay, so this is a suspension message. Now specify the error message suspended user will get once they attempt to log into their account. Like I said, you can suspend a user from actually logging in to the account. Now, what message do you want this person to see when they try to log in? Okay, you can put that right in there. For me, I feel this has already been written so perfectly well, so I'll advise you not to touch it. So, user with suspended fund transfer error. Okay, so if you have stopped a user from actually performing transactions, now they can log in but they cannot make transfers. Now this is the message that is going to show. And like I said, if you have something better to put in there, you can always edit it to suit what you want. Okay, now this is VAT error and everything else. Okay, now you can also enable or disable KYC. Do you want the site to be asking for KYC, or you should not ask for KYC? You can enable it here, you can disable it. Do you want to enable or disable virtual cards? You can enable it or you can disable it here. Perfect. So now we're going to go logo and favicon configuration. So this allows me to upload my logo to my site. So all you have to do is create the logo, come here and click on choose the file, choose the logo I want to update, click on update, and boom, it's done. Same with the footer logo, so you put the same logo here. Email header logo. Now this is the logo that is going to show when your users receive an email. Okay, so this is the logo, that's the logo that's going to show, and also the favicon, so you can just edit that right there. Okay, so up next we're going to log in as a user. Okay, so we're going to create an account as a user and we're going to log in. Now mind you, the admin can also create a user's account right here, but I'm going to be creating an account straight from the front end. Okay, so let's try and log in as a user. So I'm going to sign out here. Okay, I'm going to sign out here. I'm going to go back to the actual front page. Okay, now I have my bot blocker working. Perfect. So now we're going to see that all the changes that we made have actually reflected right here on the side. Now you see where we changed the bank name is right here, it has reflected. Now if you check through, now you're going to see that everywhere is now showing the settings that we put in earlier. Okay, So now what we're going to do next, like I said, is we're going to create a user's account and we're going to sign in with that user and we're going to see that. Now you see terms and conditions. Before you start using our online service, you must agree to be bound by the conditions below and all that. So you can see the different terms and conditions that are there. So all you have to do is click on accept and continue. Now let's see, let's fill in our details. Let's see. Okay, let's select a state, Long Island. Let's select a zip code. Let's select date of birth. Let's say, okay. Okay, let's select this. Let's select this. Let's select this. Perfect. So we have our street name. We have our. I'm going to be using this email so you can see the email that's sent when a user registers. Okay. So now you see occupation. You can select whatever occupation. Select your salary range. Select the type of account you actually want, and the currency you want. Then your PIN. Okay. So I'm going to I'm going to put in a PIN. I'm going to put in a password also. Okay, now I'm going to choose a photo. I'm going to pick a photo. Let me use this. And I'm going to click on so. Okay, now there's a part I actually left out earlier. Okay, now there's something you need to do to make sure when a user registers or logs in, it sends an email. Okay. Now this is what you need to do. You need to go to email and SMS configuration, and you need to set up your email configuration. Okay, so let's do that. So for my SMTP host, I'm going to put the name of my website. For username, I'm going to put info at my website. Now this is my listing. For password, I'm going to put in my password. So let's go. Okay, now for SMTP, I'm going to leave this as SSL, and my port, I'm going to leave it as 465. Now the display name, what's the name you want people to see when they get your mail? So you're going to put your company name right there. Okay, so we're just going to set this quickly. Perfect. I'm going to click on update now. Perfect, and that is it. Now also, if you have an SMS gateway, an SMS sending gateway API, you can also use that right here. But I'm going to disable it because I do not have that, and I'm going to click on update. Then your accounts have been successfully registered. A confirmation email has been forwarded to the email address. Now let's go see the email address and let's see the account. Perfect. Now look at this right here. This is the Fred Henry Green. Thank you so much for allowing us to help you with your recent account opening. We're committed to providing our customers with the highest level of services and all that. Okay, now so if you scroll down, you're going to see details of your new account, your account name, your account number, the type of account you created, your currency, your address, the date you created the account, your online banking credentials. Now this is your account number, you know the password you put, and then the two-factor verification code that you also added up when you. Now this is the reason why you need to put a phone number when you are setting up your admin, so it can show up right here. Okay, so now all we have to do is confirm your email. Now without confirming your email, you cannot log into your account. Okay, so we're just going to click on confirm email. Perfect. Now account registration completed. Now I can go and log in now. So let me get my account number so we can log into a user's account. Perfect. And I'm going to use my password. Click on continue. Access your GFI Invest internet banking account is currently inactive. Kindly contact our live customer care representative. The admin has to approve that user's account in order for it to work. Okay, so we're going to go to our dashboard so we can see the users. Now you see Fred Green Henry, this is the user that I just created. Now this is the user's account number. I can decide to fund the user's account. I can verify the user's email. I can also send an email. I can delete the user's account. So this is the date the user registered. Okay, so now the email has been verified. Now this is what this shows you, that the email has been verified. The user has actually verified their email. You see this email, it has not been verified, that's why it's showing red, but this one has been verified, and you're watching verified just now. Okay, now other things you can do, you can view details of the user, you can do transactions and activities, view the transactions of the user, and also view the activities of the users. You can also reset the user's password. Okay, so now we're going to approve this account so the user can log in. User has been activated. Now let's go back and try to log in. Okay, I'm going to refresh this page. Now let's try and log in. Okay, so this is the user's dashboard. Like I said, the user can actually turn off their turn off dark mode or light mode. So I'm going to put mine in light mode. We are here to help you out. Ask a question, you can get support. Now this is so you can see your account details, you can see account summary, send money. You can actually send money. Are you doing a inner bank transaction? So is it from this bank to this bank? Are you doing a outer bank transaction or a cross-border transaction? Okay, so you have the different options here. You can deposit in cryptocurrency, or you can also withdraw. You can manage your assets. You have your KYC status. You can see if your KYC has been verified or not, loan, credits, financing, your account settings. You can also contact the admin for support right here. Okay, perfect. So now let's see. Now I can apply for a loan if I want to apply for a loan. Okay, and to show up in the admin's side also. This is actually a very easy to use banking software. It's very easy to use, and it's very easy to install also. So now, like I said, if you want to get access to this script, all you have to do is follow the instructions in the description of this video, and then you will get access to this script immediately. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you've learned something. Have a blessed day.